just wanted to pop on and say that the response to my last video, which was literally an unplanned 10-minute video ranting about being judged for my luxury addiction, was, overwhelming. It obviously hit home for a lot of people that we kind of hush our excitement about these things that we're so excited about. And I heard some really touching stories from people in the comment section of that video, and I'll link it above, about their story to getting into luxury and how they've not been able to share as much or as willingly as they would like to with the people in their lives. So I am so glad that we all have each other. I'm really touched by the comments, as I said, and thanks to my friend Tash for sharing that video more broadly in her networks. It's obviously something that we all struggle with, and it's really nice to be able to be part of that conversation with you all. So let's keep sharing all of our lovely things with each other. And now onto the video. Hi, my name's Dale and welcome to Dale's Addiction. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, lovely to see you. Today's video is a bit different, and I know that I've said that at the beginning of my last few videos, but I'm being experimental, and I was wearing these shoes today and I thought, why not review them? I've had them for 2 years now. So I'm reviewing my Valentino Rockstud Untitled sneakers. So I know a lot of us are looking for just a classic white trainer. They never go out of fashion. And I am a big lover of Lacoste trainers, and I've got a couple of pairs of those, and I find they are great for big days of walking around because they're quite light, and they're really comfortable. They don't have a lot of support in them, but they kind of don't need to. You're not running marathons or anything like that. But, it's not about Lacoste today, it's about Valentino. So, a little bit of a story. These shoes I saw everywhere in Paris when my husband and I were visiting in 2018. This and versions of this with the different coloured contrasting bands over the middle of the shoe. There was one with a heart print when they brought out the Rockstud bag with the hearts. If I can find a picture, I'll insert it here. And I just thought they were beautiful because they were a bit edgy and people were wearing them with summer dresses, and I just thought, I want to get my hands on some of those shoes. But Paris was not the place that I was going to be buying trainers anyway. So fast forward a few different places. After Paris, we went to Madrid. Then we went from Madrid to Malaga, from Malaga to Granada, from Granada to Alicante, from Alicante to Valencia, and Valencia to Barcelona. And travel tip, not that we're traveling at the moment, but when we do again, if you want to buy luxury goods overseas, shop in Barcelona. The Paseo de Gracia is a great place to shop. It's a beautiful tree-lined avenue, and they've got nearly every high-end luxury store, and the best part is they have the most generous VAT refund. So depending on how much you spend, you can get up to 14.8% refund. That is huge. That's more than our goods and services tax here in Australia, which is 10%. And if Barcelona is your last port, then you can claim all of your tax for all of the shopping that you've done throughout Europe and go on your merry way with either a bunch of euro in your pocket or burning a hole in your pocket like it usually does for me, and some spending money at the airport. So obviously when I was in Barcelona, I went into the Valentino store and I tried a couple of different styles on. I really was drawn to this one because I thought that I might wax and wane about different coloured bands, but I really liked the white with the Rockstud on. When I was researching for this video, they now do a white on white where the rock studs all look like these ones here on the heel, and they look fabulous too. So yeah, I'm going to show you some of the current styles. So in terms of reviewing these shoes, what do we need to know? So I have purposefully not cleaned these shoes up for this video because I want you to see just how they look. I have never cleaned these shoes. So they're not, obviously they're very close to my face at the moment and they're not causing any offense. So I'm going to put it a bit closer to the camera so that you can see. So in terms of the condition of these shoes, I've had them for 2 years. I've been wearing them a lot this autumn, winter, and I did last year in autumn, winter, and in 2018 when I got them. I don't find them great in summer because they're all leather lined and your feet can get a little bit sweaty. So you can see I've just got some discoloration along the sole here. If you look at the actual leather on the shoe, and I kick my shoes off without undoing them. So if you were going to see, you'd see that I use the other shoe to take these off because I'm a bit lazy. I drive in them, so you can see there's a little bit of wear here on the heels. But like, it's pretty impressive condition. Even the laces. Granted, I'm not going for bushwalks in these because I don't really go for bushwalks. But like, white shoes just pick up so much gunk, and certainly my Lacoste ones did, and that's why I recommend the Jason Mark cleaning kit. You can get these from, if you're in Australia anyway, you can get them from the Hype shoe stores, and they work really, really well. Your shoes come up an absolute treat, and with leather shoes you can't just put them in the washing machine. So, yep, they don't get very dirty, and if it did get dirty, I would just clean them with the Jason Mark solution. What else do I need to tell you? Sizing. So this is a size 38, and in the Rockstud kitten heels, I take a 39. So they are quite a big fit, so I'd suggest taking a size down, and I do not find these tight at all, and I've got like a short, wide foot. And so it's, you know, it's quite unusual for me to be able to size down that significantly. So in terms of wear and tear on the inside, you can see, well, I'll just show you a little bit about the shoe first. So obviously you've got the rock studs. Now there is a new model where the laces are actually decorative. So it's an elasticated tongue, and the laces are just woven through to look like there are laces there. These are not those. So if you could get your hand on those ones, I think they'd be a great investment, because I never know quite what to do with the laces, whether to tuck them in, and then they're really uncomfortable on the top of my foot. And because they're a leather shoe, they're not as giving as, say, your Lacoste low tops or your Converse, where you can just kind of, you know, shimmy your foot inside and you don't have to move the laces as much. These ones don't really allow you to do that. You've got the white rock studs along the back, and that's like a rubber. Inside, you can see there's some air vents there, and you'll see Valentino, Garavani, made in Italy. If you can see just there on the base. Great grip on the base of the shoe. Again, like, I've just been wearing these today, and you wouldn't know it. I mean, they look very lightly worn, and I am not easy on my shoes. Oh, there's one thing here. You've obviously got the tag piece. In terms of comfort, as I said, I've been wearing them more in the cooler months. I find in the summer months they're just a bit too hot. Oh yes, you can. So you can remove the leather insole. So that's handy to know. So potentially you might want to replace this with a breathable insole. They're great quality, and I think you'll agree that even with the rock studs, despite having the leather sole, which is ridiculous on the kitten heel anyway, that's the one that I can talk about, and that skinny little heel that always gets damaged, they are still incredibly well made. They're just not made to walk the streets in. They're made for dinner. I will admit that these shoes took a little while to break in. I think it's because of the leather on leather. I'm not really used to wearing a sneaker that's so heavy. So they do rub a little bit to start with, just because the leather, it has a bit of friction against your skin, whereas the fabric lined sneakers don't have that. They're like a sock. So you need some really good invisible socks to wear with these. You need ones that will cover the top of your foot, so not just your toes, but the whole top of your foot, so up to about here, and then obviously they're quite low around the base, because the inside of the tongue will stick to the top of your foot and it will really irritate you. So be careful when choosing your socks when you wear these, so that you can minimize the friction of the leather against your foot. So at the moment, these shoes are on Farfetch for 1,050 Australian dollars. They're in David Jones in Australia for $1,040. You will see them on the Valentino website for as low as 445 Australian dollars for some less popular colorways in the banding. So I think I saw Cocoa on their website, which is not brown, it's more of a bronzy color, so it's more of a metallic, but it's going for $445, obviously in limited sizes. So you can get these on sale through Farfetch, My Teresa, Matches Fashion, Net-a-Porter, if you keep them in your ShopTagger account, so I'd highly recommend that. Remember to go down a size, and they're great for cooler climates, so you don't want to be wearing these in summer, even though they look so cute with a summer dress. I mean, it's ironic that I mentioned that I saw them in Paris in summer and it was warm. I just don't think they're that comfortable, and depending on your preferences for fashion and comfort, you can figure out what works for you, but that's just my 2 cents worth. So I'm going to include a couple of selfies of me styling these shoes. I think they go great with skirts and jeans and dresses. I don't have a picture of me wearing them in a dress, but you can look them up on Instagram and see that for yourself. In short, do I recommend them? Absolutely. If you want to indulge in a luxury sneaker, and I've heard a lot about how the Gucci sneakers, everyone loves them because they're so comfy immediately, but they don't wear that well. So you've got a bit of a choice, I guess. Do you want to go comfort immediately and compromise on longevity? Or are you prepared to do a little bit of work and, buy another pair of socks so that you can have comfort eventually and good longevity? So that's all I've got to say about these shoes. I really am glad that they're a part of my collection. I hope that this has been a helpful video for you. Tell me, are they on your wish list? Do you have a pair? What do you think? I put out videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, so I'll see you next time. Bye.